What's up, all 6 of my subscribers? It's time for my first ever reaction video! Ugh, God. That sounded like Oprah. Cringe. A little introduction. My name's Mr. K. You might remember me from an episode of Galactic Bubble Productions, The Case of Mister's Beard.
All right. Woo, woo, woo. How's it going, Mr. K? I'm sorry for, not much pleasantries. I'm on the case. Yes.
Ah, no problem at all there, GB. Kevo, we got those 4-foot-long dildos you ordered.
Wrong case. Wrong case. We're talking about a different case.
Good times. Kevo, you devil. By the way, Kevo, your next shipment of dildos came in. Quit breaking those things. Oh, and Sugar Tits. Saw the face reveal. You're looking sexy. In the face.
Hi guys, this is Sugar Tits. In the face.
First off, I want to preface this with, I don't really have a problem with trans people. I don't really care what you're transitioning to. A man, a woman, a dog, a cat, a unicorn, a pixie, or even a drawstring on a hoodie. Or even in this case, transitioning into a little girl.
She said stop being trans or leave.
Whoa! Jeepers creepers! Check this shit out. That's like some Silence of the Lambs shit right there. Ugh, yeah, just like that. Anywho, let's take it from the top, shall we? Fresh start.
She said stop being trans or leave.
So you decide to take the high road in life, right? You decide to choose your family over living out your fantasies of dressing like a little girl all the time? Yeah, you can probably guess that's not what happened.
Stop being trans isn't something I could do. It'd be like telling me to stop being, 6'2" or leave.
Oh, really, sir? Oh, I mean, ma'am, my bad. Or actually, no. Whatever you identify as. Well, let's put your theory to the test then, shall we? Can you stop being 6'3"? Most likely not. Can you put on men's clothes in the morning? Most definitely should be your answer. Can you act like a full-grown male adult for the sake of you and your family because you love your family and you want to put your family first above everything? Should be a yes. But hey, what have the snowflakes in the social justice movement taught us, if anything? That your feelings trump everything else, and anyone who disagrees with you is some kind of bigoted transphobe.
I was trans before we married. I was a trans parent for 23 years.
Oh really, Stefankny? Because according to this article, you were a husband and a father for 23 years, until, at age 46, you decided you were a woman, and that's when your wife gave you the boot.
I knew it! Girls lie! They lie right to your face!
It floored me, it scared me, because I didn't know how to not be trans.
Again, Stefankny, I'm gonna have to call bullshit, because all these pictures of you with your family, dressed like a guy, being all dad-like, it looks like you were doing a pretty good job as a dad before. You even had 7 kids. How do you leave 7 kids? Man, how?
Why did you decide to go so public with your story?
I paid a pretty heavy price for transitioning.
Oh, of course you're the victim here, Stefankny. The family you left in shambles will be just fine because they're just a bunch of straight, cisgendered folk. I mean, they'll always have it good for the rest of their life. They'll never have to worry about anything. They won't have to pick up the pieces of their ruined lives, right?
I've moved forward now, and I've gone back to being a child. I don't want to be an adult right now, and I just live my life like I couldn't when I was in school.
Yeah, I was robbed of having a decent childhood because I had to grow up as a little boy instead of a little girl.
When I was 8, a year ago I was 8, and she was 7, and she said to me, I want you to be the little sister, so I'll be 9. I said, well, I don't mind going to 6, so I've been 6 ever since. But
Wait, hold on, back up a second there, back it up.
stop being trans isn't something I could do. I didn't know how to not be trans.
And now play that other part again.
When I was 8, a year ago I was 8, and she was 7. And she said to me, I want you to be the little sister, so I'll be 9. I said, well, I don't mind going to 6, so I've been 6 ever since. But
Are you shitting in my mouth, sir? You mean to tell me you wouldn't change for your flesh and blood family, but you would change your age for this family who accepts your fetish? And don't try and bullshit me in the comments about how, this isn't a fetish, this is actually her age, or whatever. No, this is a fucking fetish. You can try and tell me in the comments, but I'll probably tell you to go get fucked. And I'll tell you why. This article here from the Gender Trender documents all the juicy stuff that the Extra doesn't want you to know about this guy. How he has a massive criminal record, how he's verbally abusive and manipulative with his family, his extremely narcissistic personality where he comes to events and tries to make it all about himself, how his family and his church have tried numerous times to reach out to the guy and he's just slapped the hand away every single time. He even took one of the opportunities to ruin his own daughter's wedding day by calling in some suicide threat. But wait, there's even more. I even found his FetLife page. Now, I don't want to do anything that might be considered doxing, so I'm not going to post a screenshot of the profile or a link to the profile. But if you have a FetLife account, this person's pretty easy to find with that name. From his relationships to his turn-ons, it's pretty easy to tell that this whole thing is definitely a fetish and this guy just gets to live out all his crazy sex fantasies for the rest of his life without having to ever worry about his family. But I guess I gotta ask, if you definitely were a 6-year-old girl this whole time, what are you doing with all this kink stuff? I mean, aren't you a little bit young for that? Shouldn't you wait till you get older, or are you just gonna kind of stay at the age of 6? Why is it, as a 6-year-old, you would have a BDSM slave collar on? Why would you, as a 6-year-old girl, admit to having sex with your father? Oh, and one more thing, Stephanie, if you're watching this, why don't you go home to your family? I'm sure they miss the old Paul. Oh, but if you do want to do this, I think I might have just the right guy for you.
Goes by the name Mr.'s Beard.
You know that Mr. loves to give you what you want.
Haha! I couldn't go without plugging Galactic Bubble Productions and the ever-so-infamous Mr.'s Beard. Oh, and one more thing. To the family who adopted this guy, you seriously let a guy with very serious mental problems play with your children and your grandchildren? Get back to me on that one.
no medication, no suicide thoughts, and I just get to play.